Good day, good evening, and welcome. Matt here with the next session on our Domino Your Debt Barefoot step. This is Barefoot step number 3, and in this session we're going to be looking at credit cards and trying to reduce or trying to forecast the amount you're going to pay whilst you're trying to pay off your credit card. So we all know that if we move and do a zero interest balance transfer and consolidate, we're going to save some interest on what we're paying back. But the question is how much are we going to save on the interest and when do we need to pay it off by? So we've got credit cards 1, 2 and 3 here. We've got ING, Westpac and NAB. And I've got a consolidate credit card here and I've called that St. George. So we're going to put in some loan amounts here. I'm just going to make these figures up. So let's 2,245 and then we'll look at 4,542. And then let's put a large one in here, 7,600. So we've got our 3 debts on our credit card, which amount to a total of 15,380. So that's the debt that we're going to try and domino. And let's say we're going to try and get rid of that over the period of 3 years. So we've got 3 years in here for each one. And then we'll put in some fictional interest rates. So let's go for 8.99, 13.99, and maybe 16.99. And the start date of the loan, let's put today's start date down because we're doing the analysis on today, 20, and I'm just going to copy that one across. So there we go, we can see there now that we've got a number of payments a year. That stays at 12 payments a year because we're going to do this monthly. And then we've got our scheduled payments amount. So we've got, just under $75 for credit card 1, then 185, then 270, meaning we've got total monthly payments over a 3-year period of $531. And we've got 36 monthly payments, and then let's have a look at the interest that we're going to be paying. 339 on credit card 1, then 1,200, and then on credit card number 3, just over $2,000. So we've got a total interest of $3,743 that we're going to have to pay back over the 3-year period when we're forecasting we want to get rid of this debt. Now let's talk about consolidating. So we're going to consolidate this amount. So let's put in 15,380 into this cell, 380. Now you'll see that this total value doubles now, so we don't need that total anymore, do we? So let's get rid of L12, which is that cell there. So there we go. So that's just totaling up now back to 15,380, and it's not adding in our loan here. Now, what do we want to use the payment period? So I had a brief look before I did the video, and St. George are offering a 0 balance transfer and 0% on the balance transfer for 18 months. So that's going to be 1.5 years. So we want to try and pay it off in 1.5 years. Otherwise, the interest kicks back in. We need to put in a figure for the calculation to work. So even though it's 0, we're going to put in 0.00001. Start date of the loan, let's copy across 10 to the 3rd again. So now we can see that we've got a scheduled payment amount of $854. That's what we're going to have to pay off to get rid of it in 18 months. So you're going to work out really what time that you can afford to do this. So you might not be able to go for this St. George card, and you might want to say, well, I need to get a card that is 0 balance transfer for 2 years, and that'll be $640. Now that might come with some constraints for 2 years, particularly you're gonna have to pay for 2 years of credit card fee. It might come with a percentage cost to transfer the balance, say 2% or something like that. So this spreadsheet will help you work out what you can afford and how much you can afford to pay back. I'm going to put that back to 1.5 years, 18 months, and then I'm just going to move this monthly total payments across as well. So we're currently summing up from D36 to L36, so I'm going to knock that back to J36 here. Yeah, so let's do that, J36. So we've got our previous monthly payments now for across these three here is 531. And if you select them all, it'll count them up at the bottom here, so we can see 531, so it's counting correctly. Yeah. But we're looking at payments of 854, so we're going to be paying $320 or more per month, but we're going to be saving $3,743 in unpaid interest, and we're going to be doing it in 18 months quicker. So we've got 36 months here we're going to be paying off, and this is 18 months we're going to do that now and there. So yes, we're going to be in a positive position, but you do need to be able to factor this in. So maybe you might have two wages coming in, and you've got a joint credit card, and then you've got one credit card each. Might be able to pay for that, or you're going to have to try and look at extending the life of your repayment periods. And then we can have a look at everything's calculated through onto our analytics, onto our graph, so we can see that we're paying off this interest. We're paying 0 interest on that credit card. And then we can see that we've got the number of repayments here, 36, and then we're down to 18. And then you can also do a further calculation here. Well, let's have a look at the end date. So we've got end date of loan. We're not paying this off until the 10th of March 2023. But here we're going to be paying off on the 10th of September 2021. If we had simply another $100 onto that, additional payments per month, it'll do a calculation as well and say that you can pay off 1 month quicker. That's what it's saying to you there, and it's giving you an actual number of payments. So you can play around when you're searching around for trying to consolidate your credit cards, and you can play around with the figures, play around with your values, and hopefully it helps you try to understand before you commit to consolidating your debts what's the best course of action for your own personal circumstances. So that's it for this scenario. I'll see you in the next one. I'm probably going to talk about vehicle finances and maybe the best way to try and finance or forecast financing for a vehicle in the future. Okay, thank you.